What's up, everybody? In this video, I want to talk to you guys about the reason why my family and I decided to move back to Southern California from Denver, Colorado. So many people are leaving California. They've been leaving for the past few years, and we were part of that mass exodus. But after 3 years of living in Denver, we decided to move back. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about the main reasons why we decided to move back, and more importantly, how I'm able to pay less in taxes moving to California. You heard that right. I'm paying less in taxes now here in California than I was in Denver, Colorado. So I'll explain all of that. Stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into the tax strategy that I'm implementing for my family, and maybe you can too. But also, I want to talk to you guys kind of about the personal side, the story behind why we decided to leave, and then ultimately why we decided to move back. So for those of you who may not know, my name is Parsa Vahid. I'm the owner of Strand Life Wealth Management, local wealth management firm here in Southern California. And the reason why we ultimately decided to leave in 2021 was because my wife was a stay-at-home mom. She wanted to go back to work. She's a news anchor. Mundo, Colorado offered her a position. They flew us out. We decided it was the right move for us. So we signed a 3-year contract for her to be their lead anchor. And we loved it out in Denver. Nothing bad to say about Denver, Colorado. Beautiful, great place to raise a family. I love to ski. The weather didn't bother me too much. And in fact, believe it or not, you get more sunshine in Denver than you do in Florida. I think over 300 days of sunshine. And so the sun, regardless of how cold it was, just the fact that the sun was out and it was a beautiful, clear skies made it a joy to live in. But after the 3-year contract was coming up for renewal, her and I decided to sit down and really discuss whether we wanted to, make Denver our permanent home or move back. And we ultimately decided to move back for the main reason being the fact that I've lived in Southern California since the age of 4, all the way till I was 35 years old. LA, Orange County was everything for me. My family still lives here. All of my friends growing up, most of my clients, my staff, my office, everything was in Southern California. And frankly, we missed that. My wife and I are fairly social. On the weekends, we like to go out and mingle with other couples with small kids, and our kids kind of play. And we just didn't have that, frankly, in Denver. And it's hard when you're working both full time and, you're taking care of the kids. I don't have time to go out and make new friends, right? So we just were always with the family, Monday through Sunday, regardless of what was going on. We were just with family. We didn't have that social interaction. And then coupled with the fact that my parents, who are getting a little bit older, they just didn't see their grandkids as much as they'd like. And I didn't have my kids seeing their grandparents as much as I would like. And so that was really the main factor moving back. But as you can imagine, being a financial advisor and working on tax plans and financial plans and investments, my head was thinking, man, my cost of living is going to skyrocket moving back. We had a nice big house in Denver. We still have that house. We rented it out. But we wanted to, obviously have a fairly nice house here in Southern California as well. And it's roughly triple the price, especially in the area that we're living in. So obviously I had to figure out a way to kind of make the numbers work. And luckily, I'm in the business of knowing about the tax code, knowing about different strategies. And so I was able to implement a strategy that allows me to pay less overall taxes in Southern California than I was paying in Denver, Colorado. Believe that or not, it's actually very, very easy. And it's a factual statement. I'm paying less overall taxes because of this strategy. So I'm going to explain the strategy and how you may be able to implement it for yourself. It may or may not work for you because there are some moving parts in it. So as I mentioned, my wife, when we were living in Colorado, was a full-time W-2 employee. But when she didn't renew, she immediately became a homemaker. And so the strategy that came to my mind was the cost segregation study. And I'm going to explain that to you guys right now. So if you own investment real estate, you obviously get depreciation. So the rents that you're receiving in income, most of that, especially in the first few years of you owning that property, are going to be tax-free because you're taking advantage of depreciation. Now, there is something known as a cost segregation study. And as long as you can prove to the IRS that you dedicate 750 hours per year and more than 50% towards real estate than any other job, you are known now as a real estate professional, which my wife is because she's now managing our rental properties. Once you are a real estate professional, you're deemed one by the IRS, you now have the ability to do a cost segregation study and accelerate that depreciation. And I'm going to explain what a cost segregation study is. So on a home, you've got your fixtures, you've got your appliances, you've got plumbing, you've got all these fixed items. And those are on a 5 or a 7 year schedule. But with a cost segregation study, you're now able to accelerate all of that depreciation within 1, 3, or 5 years, or whatever strategy that makes the most sense for your unique situation. Because my wife is that real estate professional, we qualify and we have the ability to accelerate all of the depreciation based on the cost segregation studies of our investment real estate. So what that does is it pretty much wipes away all of the income that I receive from my wealth management business. So net taxes that I'm paying are far, far less in Southern California because of the fact that my wife qualifies as that real estate professional. Now, if she was an employee somewhere else, or if she had a full-time job, we would not be able to take advantage of this strategy because she wouldn't qualify as a real estate professional. Remember, it's 750 hours per year, which comes out to about 14 hours per week. And this is the key component here. And you have to dedicate more than 50% of your time towards real estate. So if you imagine you're a news anchor, which my wife was, working 40 hours a week, you'd have to be working 41 hours a week on real estate. And just that's frankly not feasible unless you've got, an insane work ethic, insane energy, and a lot of real estate properties. So none of those components met our criteria when she was working. But now that she's a homemaker / real estate professional and she's managing all of our properties, boom, it made perfect sense. So a lot of people are not familiar with this tax strategy. It is a phenomenal strategy if it makes sense for your unique situation. Again, you have to own investment real estate, or you have to purchase investment real estate. You also have to be a real estate professional. It doesn't have to be you, but your spouse, especially if you're filing jointly, can qualify for that. So I know I recommend this strategy for my clients who I think it makes sense for. They absolutely love it. I love it. And again, I just wanted to kind of share this story with you guys to explain how I'm able to pay less in overall taxes. By the way, we are absolutely loving it here back in Southern California, reuniting with all my friends, my kids, have a nice community of other kids, which we know their parents, and we can kind of shield them from all the other chaos that California has. I won't get political, but enough about California to kind of catch my drift. So that's the story. That's the reason why we moved back. I'm hoping you guys get a little bit of value from this video. If you're thinking of moving back, or if you're thinking of leaving, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we will see you on the next one.